Hello everybody, hope you're doing really well. Today we are at one of the most tragic incidents that's happened in Kent's history, and we're talking about the Dock Road bus incident. We're going to start our video where unfortunately the bodies were buried, and we're also going to end our video here. We have to be as respectful as possible on places like this, especially the stories that are told. This is actually quite recent in our history, and with probably some of you who are watching this might even have had relatives or family who would have actually been part of this. So we're going to be as respectful as possible on this story, but I really hope you appreciate it because it is just such a sad story that needs to be told. I'm aware that there are many documents and articles pertaining to this, so let's try and do it in the Phoenix history way, and hopefully you really appreciate it. So let's tell the story of the really tragic incident that happened on Dock Road in Chatham. In today's video, we take a look at what was labelled as Kent's worst ever road disaster, or otherwise known for most people in the area as the Dock Road disaster. It happened on the 4th of December 1951 when 52 Royal Marine cadets aged between 8 and 15 were marching along the side of the road down a long sweeping hill that connects Brompton to Chatham. A double-decker bus was coming from behind the cadets, ploughed into them, killing 24 and injuring 19. It was only the remaining 9 cadets at the front that avoided injury. 17 of the boys were killed outright at the scene. The boys were on their way to a boxing tournament at the main dockyard. They'd been marching in double file from Melville Barracks to Brompton. They were marching on the left-hand side of the road in the direction of traffic, so didn't see the bus approaching them. The bus driver didn't have his headlights on, only side lights. The road was poorly lit and visibility hampered by the high brick wall that ran along the side of the road. He didn't see what he had hit. At the inquest, the driver said he was travelling at normal speed when he suddenly felt a series of bumps, as if the bus had run over a lot of loose stones. Hundreds of car owners in the Medway area volunteered to take parents of the casualties to the 3 main hospitals handling the disaster. At the inquest 10 days later, the commanding officer told how shortly before the accident he had ordered 2 boys near the front to go to the back of the troop, as they had been marching out of step. This cost them their lives, as they were the first to have been hit. Despite question marks over the bus driving, the jury took 1 hour 20 minutes to return a verdict of accidental death. On the 12th of December, a mass funeral was held for 20 of the victims. A service took place in Rochester Cathedral with the 20 coffins draped with the Union flag and wreaths laid out together. Thousands stood aside to hear the service relayed by loudspeakers. Thousands of people 5 and 6 deep lined the road to the Woodlands Cemetery in Gillingham. The procession of coffins was a mile long. At the cemetery, a posy of violets was placed on each of the graves anonymously, with an inscription which read, "In the memory of the very gallant little lads who kept in step to the end." Throughout the evening, the muffled bells of the cathedral tolled. Despite the inquest verdict of accidental death, public pressure mounted for the bus driver to be prosecuted. The case was hastily transferred to the Old Bailey and was heard 6 weeks later. The bus driver was found guilty and recommended maximum leniency. The judge fined him £20 and disqualified him for 3 years, saying that no punishment the court could award could compare with that which he must have undergone already. And so ends the sad and tragic story of the Dock Road disaster. Okay, everybody, so obviously we were ending when we started, namely at the graves, and it's really poignant when we're here, and I think this is the whole point of why I try to do this channel, is that I'm only going to, you know, if I have the opportunity of these stories that we can tell, that are tactile stories where we can actually visit these places, it really brings a whole new level of the experience to it. And obviously we do see these stories retold after telling them, but to actually be here and visit it is a completely different experience, and one that I would say to any of you out there, if you do ever do your research on this story, or if this video is enough for you, I thoroughly recommend that you come down here and just look at the ages of these kids. who died. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. I mean, it really is just mind-blowing when you're here and you see the ages and you see each individual one's got their own unique sort of like little, you know, like little phrase or their little like sentence, motto, reminder really on each one. And it's just, oh, it's so hard, so sad. And then to even visit, to go up to, most of you would have done it if you go to Chatham Dockyards and you go down Dock Road and you see where the bus had actually hit, and to see those photos, it really just adds a new level really. But here we are. Anyway, any more words of Phoenix history, feel free to come back, check out this channel, spread the word of it, etc, etc. You know the drill. I don't make any money from this. It's purely a labour of love. Take care everybody, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.